Cool. So yeah, taking action are some of the things that you know that you need to do and you're not. The plain work. So procrastination is the number one cause of failure as well as fear. And normally we are procrastinating, or why we think we're procrastinating is because we're scared. That's what a lot of people talk about. I also want to know if you know that, if you can relate to this. Do you know that you should be doing better? And that word could be in quotation marks. Do you know that you should be doing better? That you, like, if you really, you know that you're made for something more. Yeah, good. Okay, my last question to make sure we're all on the same page here is, who is frustrated? Who's frustrated with their fears? Who's frustrated that you procrastinate? You know what to do, you guys, but we're not doing it. Are you with me? And are you frustrated that maybe you haven't had your best year? That was me. I had had enough. So if you've had enough, give me hearts, hands up, draw the line in the sand, because we're going to move you forward tonight. That's why you're really here, right? Tonight, I'm going to cover a few things. We just talked about why you're here. I'm going to talk to you very briefly and quickly where this information comes from that I'm sharing with you. I didn't make it up. It's not mine. This is science, and I'm going to prove that to you. I'm going to talk to you about what you've been thinking, and then I'm going to share with you the power of your mind, that power that we each have within. I'm going to also share with you why you're stopped. So explain fear and procrastination once and for all so that you can understand it. And once you understand it, you can move past it. How does that sound? Comment. Let us know. If you're on Zoom, I want you to put a 1 so Shelly can see. My beautiful assistant Shelly's watching, and she just wants to see who's resonating with this. Great. And if you're on Facebook Live, same thing. Just write yes, big letters. Great. The next thing we're going to talk about is how to take action. So how to actually create your next step. And we're going to move into Q&A time after the about 40-minute mark or 45-minute mark, okay? And that's only if you resonate, you can stay on for the questions. So first of all, I'd like to acknowledge you. I'd like you to acknowledge yourself. You are here because maybe someone posted about this or shared this webinar with you. Acknowledge them. But I want you to acknowledge you because you said yes. Something in you was attracted to this information, or you attracted it to you. Okay, can you see that to be true? So know that because of that reason, see, nothing is a coincidence. And because of that reason, 2019 can be your best year yet. I know that to be true because I was right where you were and I was attracted to this information. And then I made a decision that I was going to take this information and make this year my best year. Okay, and so I've done that twice now in 2 different industries. So it doesn't matter what industry you're in. It doesn't matter what your goal is. It doesn't matter what you've done before. You can do this now, but you've got to make a decision. I also want to say that you must stay open. So the faster you accept the ideas I give you, the faster you will get results. So please, 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 please stay open. And how you do that, just say, I'm open to receiving what Danielle has to say. And this is where this information comes from very quickly. So I am mentored directly by Bob Proctor. Does anyone know who this gentleman is, Bob Proctor? If you do, write, yes, I know Bob Proctor, or even share in the comments where you know Bob Proctor from. Yeah, good. Good. So a lot of people know him from the movie The Secret. Okay, that's how they know him. And the thing about The Secret, it was all about that law of attraction, wasn't it? But I love what Bob says. He says the secret was missing the secret. It was missing the law of vibration. And it was missing all the other, the universal laws that are affecting us, and we don't even know it. So I'm mentored by Bob. He's been studying this material for 57 years. And the reason why I share this is because these are not my ideas. This proven system of success and how the mind works is actually, it's been known over time. Some of the greatest minds have known this information, from Andrew Carnegie to Napoleon Hill, who wrote Think and Grow Rich, to Earl Nightingale, who created a program for presidents called Lead the Field, to then he personally mentored Bob Proctor. Success leaves clues. Einstein knew this information. Now, all these great leaders, they knew one thing, and thoughts become things. Here are some other great leaders that knew of this information. Steve Jobs knew of this information that I'm sharing with you tonight. Jim Carrey, he had a $10 million check in his wallet. Henry Ford. They use the same principles to create their success. Mary Kay Ash. The woman in the left is Melissa Popping, a network marketer who went from a few $100,000 a year to now 50 million in just a couple years, you guys. See, this is not a philosophy. This is science, and it's truth. And I'm going to show that to you. Here are some really great quotes by some of these great leaders that all agreed on one thing. They mainly disagreed on almost everything as far as success, but they agreed on one concept. And this is what it was: that our thoughts become things. Any idea that is held in the mind, that is emphasized, that is either feared or revered. Catch that word, you guys, fear. What we fear, that's why we're on this call. Any idea that's feared or revered, so you have a strong desire for it, will begin at once to clothe itself in the most convenient and appropriate form available. Andrew Carnegie said that. And then we have Napoleon Hill, who said, if the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Earl Nightingale said, you become what you think about. And Bob Proctor said, thoughts become things. If you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. Now, why am I sharing this with you? I'm sharing this because in order for you to accept the ideas that I'm going to share with you tonight, you need to know that this comes from a very long lineage of great thinkers. Okay, that's important for the credibility. I didn't make this up. I've just followed a system that Bob Proctor, my mentor, has taught me. And now I'm one of Bob's top 10 coaches around the world using this system. I'm currently at number 2. I was at number 1 last week, but currently number 2. And I say that again, not to impress you, but to impress upon you that you can implement this system too. Okay? So if we become what we think about, if this is true, okay, stay with me here. I want you to think about this. What have you been thinking? Can you relate to this? So write in the chat, what have you been thinking about? Have you been thinking about abundance, possibility, and prosperity? Or have you been worried? Have you been thinking of lack, fear, limitation, doubt? Now, I'm getting really honest with you because it's not it won't help you if I sugarcoat anything. I know for me, I was programmed to look for what's wrong. I was programmed to be limited. I was programmed to be scared. Scarcity, yes, I'm seeing that. Fear, doubt, failure, yeah. See, unless you were born in that 3%, 1 or 3% of the population that's earning most of the money, the reality is that you have been programmed to think of lack, fear, limitation, and not prosperity. Actually, you've been thinking about poverty. Now, remember, this is by law, we become what we think about. This was a huge aha for me. If we become what we think about, and I've been thinking about that there's not enough to go around, or I can't do it, or I'm scared, no wonder we're getting the results we're getting. Yeah, really good, right? This is huge, and it's really important to understand and to take responsibility for our thoughts. Because if we can't take responsibility, then we can't change it. You see that? So do I think about what I don't want? Now, this is huge because it's a small change. And my daughter is the best teacher for me right now. I actually find myself going, Eloise, don't run. She's like, Mom, that's what you don't want. What do you want? Think about this. All right, Mom, Eloise, please walk. See this? It's a slight difference. Do I think about what I don't want to happen? Do I think about how something can't be done? Or do I worry or fear the worst? You guys share with me online. Do you guys fear? Do you worry? Can you relate to this? This is huge. Write your comments so I know. Is this resonating with you? Is this resonating with you? Great. Good, good. Thank you. So how do we know what we've been thinking? How do you know what you've been thinking about? Well, look around you. Look at your present results. Have you been procrastinating? And if so, what? It's okay. What? Let's just take responsibility, okay? What have you been procrastinating on? What are you fearful of? Write in the comments. See, this is really just a snapshot of where our mind's been. So it's important to take stock, take inventory of those thoughts. Your results are nothing more than a direct reflection of your thoughts and actions right now. So if we know that, and James Allen in As a Man Thinketh, one of the most profound writers, he wrote that book, As a Man Thinketh, he says we think in secret, but it comes to pass. Environment is but our looking glass. If we think it, we become it. Just look in our environment, what we've been thinking. Okay? So if this is true, wouldn't you agree? It's really your time to start thinking, to think what you want, not that programming. Give me a thumbs up. Yes, I'm getting lots of hearts on Facebook. What about those Zoom people? Do you think it's your time to understand this and to implement it? It's going to be up to you, though. I can't do it for you. See, this is why you're here, right? So I need you to take responsibility and understand, and really understand. It's not because of circumstances. I know. You know what? I played really good victim. And I can hear some of you guys, a little bubble, the thought bubbles. I can hear you. Yeah, but the economy's bad and I'm a real estate agent, or I'm in network marketing and it's January and people don't buy anything. It's not because of your circumstances, you guys. There's no reason, alibi, or excuse for where you are. The only reason you are where you are is because of your thinking. And you must take responsibility. This was huge. I played victim to my husband very, very well. And you play victim to your circumstances. I know it because I hear the reasons, alibis, and excuses all the time. But this has nothing to do with your results. In fact, you attract those circumstances to you because of your thoughts. So the first step is that you take responsibility. And if you do, then you can say you're ready. And when you're ready, you can take responsibility for your thoughts and you make a decision to start actually thinking and thinking in a way that serves you. And this is powerful. And this is what I'm here to teach you, how to overcome that fear and procrastination so that you can actually get the results you want. Can you guys resonate with this? Isn't this liberating? I love it. I am ready. So if you're ready, type I'm ready. That's amazing. Good. Good. So in order to get you to where you want to go, you must understand two things. Awesome. Great. I'm getting lots of people saying they're ready. Thank you. That's the first step. Good. Good. That's why you're here. And I acknowledge you. because you're here at 8 p.m., you know, on a weeknight where you could be doing lots of other things. So in order to get you to where you want to go, you need to know two things, you guys. You need to know where it is that you want to go, your goal, and where you are right now, which is something called your paradigm. And I'm going to teach you about these two things quickly. And you have to know this knowledge. It's really important that you understand this in order for you to overcome that fear and procrastination. I got a question here. How do I take responsibility? You take responsibility by deciding that you will no longer play victim to your circumstances, that you will no longer give reasons, excuses, or alibis as to why or why not you're doing something. Okay, the great question, Anna. Thank you. So we understand these two things, where it is you want to go, your goal, and I'm assuming, or most of you, who has a goal, right? I have a goal if you've already created your goal for this year. So you need to know what your goal is. I'm going to teach you about a worthy goal. And the second one that you need to know is where you are right now. And you are where you are right now because of that thinking. We just said that. And it's because of your paradigm, which I'm going to teach you that. Really good. Great, guys. So let's take a look at goals really quickly. And some of you may have heard this before if you've been following me. And for those that are new to this information, there are three types of goals. There's your A-type goal, that something that you know how to do is an A-type goal. This is a goal that's more like a to-do list. Like maybe you want a new car this year and you got a new car 4 years ago. You know, maybe you want to go on a trip back to Mexico. That's a goal, but you've been there before. You've been on a trip last year. It's fine. Put it on your to-do list, but it's not a worthy goal. And I mean by worthy, is it worth you trading your life for? Because your life, you're really trading your life for your goal. If you think about it, you're trading your life for something. Some people are trading their life for Netflix and, you know, whatever. That's fine. But that's reality, right? So you're trading your life for something. So decide that the goal is worthy of you. B-type goal is where most people create their goal. It's what you think you can do. It's your logical, if A, B, C, D line up, this is my goal. Now, I have to admit, this is where I was, because we were taught in school SMART goals, you know, realistic, measurable, like da-da-da-da-da-da. That's a bunch of bull. Put that aside. A B-type goal, what happens with a B-type goal? When something happens that you weren't expecting, let's say there's an obstacle, what happens? The goal fizzles out. Or let's say you're in network marketing or sales and that business partner that you thought was going to come on doesn't come on. Well, then I'm not going to hit my goal. Maybe next month. Or perhaps, you know, something happens with your family and there's an emergency. Well, you'll let go of the goal for next month. That's a B-type goal. That goal is not worthy of you. Okay. And I say worthy of you for a reason. It's because you're devoting your life to it. The C-type goal is what I want you to go after. This is a goal that has to draw something from inside of you that you didn't even know that was there. It comes from your imagination. It's the goal that you don't even want to admit to most people. Okay? And the only thing you need to know about the C-type goal is, do you want it? Does it resonate with you? And it's got to be outside of you. You do not know how to get it. The purpose of a goal is to have you grow. You cannot think of the how. So if you don't have a C-type goal, if this is the first time you've heard it, and right now you're sitting with a B-type goal, that's okay. I want you to write a little bit of an action step to create my C-type goal by tomorrow. Think about it by tomorrow night so you can implement some of this. And that's something that we can help you with. A goal, success, is the progressive realization of a worthy goal. Is this goal worthy of your life? Because you're trading your life for something. So you have to ask yourself, what do I really want? Knowing that if you can see it here on the screen of your mind, you can have it, you can do it, you can become it. The C-type goal is something that you don't want to admit to many people because people will think you're crazy. And that little voice in your head, that is full of fear and procrastination saying, who do you think you are? Danielle, no one's done that before. No, you can't promote that quickly in your network marketing company. This time of year, people aren't buying real estate. Whatever it's saying to you, it's that type of goal that has you freaked out when you actually like say it out loud to yourself. You're like, but I want you to know it's if you really want it. That's all we need to know. So what was the goal that you created for your New Year's resolution? What was that goal? Why do you want it? I want you to ask yourself why. Why do I want it? And those are the only two things that you need to really consider right now. So I want to do an exercise with you. So I want everyone to, wherever you are, to put both feet on the ground. Okay, we're going to do an exercise. If you're on Zoom, you can turn off your video if you want. I can't see you anyway, but just so that other people don't see you. But put both feet on the ground. And we're going to do a very quick exercise for you to tap into your imagination. Can you see your goal achieved? Wherever you are, even if it's your B-type goal. Okay, so I want you to put 2 feet on the ground, and I want you to breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. And stay with me for a moment here. I want you to imagine that there's this lavender energy swirling above your head. Okay, this potent energy, positive lavender energy, and it's going to come into your mind through your head, the top of your head. And as it comes in through the top of your head, it relaxes your face. And you can feel it relaxing your shoulder muscles. And I want you to notice your body. I want you to relax your body. Breathe in and out. And I want you to notice this lavender energy moving through your torso, relaxing your arms. I want you to smile into that part of your body. Smile into your arms, whatever that means to you. Send the positive energy into your arms as they relax. Feel the energy going down through your legs and through your feet. And I want you to relax those legs. Feel your body. Notice your body as the energy moves down through your feet. Good. Notice your body. Notice how it feels. Breathe in and out. Now on the screen of your mind, I'd like you to imagine yourself at the end of 2019 with your goal achieved. To do this, I want you to go into your home or your dream home, and I want you to go into your favorite room and find a mirror. And I want you to look at yourself in that mirror. Really look at yourself. You're in the perfect body size. You're in the perfect body. Your clothes, you love the way that they feel on your skin. And you're dressed exactly how you want to be dressed. Your hair is the way you want it. And you're looking into the mirror at yourself. And I want you to acknowledge yourself. Tell yourself that you love you, that you're so proud. What a year 2019 has been. What are you celebrating? What has it felt like, no kidding, to work with the most amazing clients or team, staff? The most amazing business partners have been attracted to you, the most amazing clients. You've got to serve them. What does that feel like? Notice what you look like smiling at yourself in the mirror. Tell yourself how proud you are right now. Wow, what a year. What a year. Can you believe where you were not even 12 months ago on this webinar? Wow. How does that feel to know that you did this? That you made a decision to stop procrastinating. You made a decision to understand how your mind works. You made a decision to apply this. You've been coachable and you got your results. Wow. Acknowledge yourself now. Breathe in and out. Amazing. I'd like you to open your eyes now and turn back on your camera if you're on Zoom. You guys feel that? Let me know if you can feel that, the energy. Give me thumbs up and a heart if you can feel that. That was you raising your vibration. That was you visualizing using one of your mental muscles. That was you going to your goal achieved. Now I want you to read this quote, understand this quote from Einstein. Isn't that magical, you guys? Isn't that? Wow, right? If you did that every single day, your life would change. 5 minutes in the morning and 5 minutes at night. Who's going to take me on, actually? Who's going to commit to that every single day? Right? I commit 5 minutes. Wow. Good. I'm getting some commitments. Amazing. That makes a difference. You know, there's a difference between commitment and interested. When you're committed, you really go for it. Everything is energy, you guys, and that's all there is to it. Match the frequency of the reality you want, and you cannot help but get that reality. It can be no other way. This is not philosophy. This is physics. Albert Einstein, a pretty smart guy, he knew that this is what you needed to do, is to raise your vibration. Now, did anyone get the little voice in their head going, yeah, but like I go to take action, I'm so freaking scared? Did anyone get that? See, sometimes when we visualize, we can actually get scared. But I'm going to talk about that in a moment. So what just happened there is we used your imagination, and it's a mental muscle. When you think of your goal, you will not know the how. You cannot be logical. If it's logical, do the opposite. Logic's controlled by your paradigm. I also want to say it doesn't matter what other people think. Or what you think they'll think. When you go to start to take action, you will get scared. You will hit fear. And if you don't, it means that you're not emotionally involved or your goal isn't big enough. Okay, understand this. When you go to take action towards this, you will get scared. And if you don't, your goal is A, either not big enough, or B, you are not getting emotionally involved with it, which means nothing can happen. So that's fear. That's why fear. I'm going to explain this in a moment. You will also most likely procrastinate because you don't like the feeling. Would you agree? We procrastinate on the things that overwhelm us, or we're just scared to do, or we're not comfortable, right? So ask yourself only right now, do I really want it? Do I really want it? And declare it. I want my goal. This is my year. To get what you want, you have to now understand the mind. Okay? To get what you want, you have to really understand the mind. And for me to be mindful of the time, because my clock disappeared above, I'm going to ask Shelly to put it, or someone to put it in the Facebook Live so I can see my time check here, because I'm committed to powering through this for you. So to get what you want, you have to understand the mind. So let's understand the mind. We have paradigms. We have habits. And it's these habits and paradigms that keep us where we are. That's why I need to teach you about this, okay? For you to understand why you're being stopped, you have to understand this. So what is a paradigm? A paradigm is a multitude of habits fixed in the subconscious mind. It's your mental programming. It's your software that you were given. You know, like a computer, my phone has this programming, and that is your paradigm. It's the programming. Now, what are habits? A habit is just an idea that's fixed in your subconscious mind. These ideas can be changed, okay? So we're going to teach you how to do that. Now, let's really focus on this, okay? I need you to understand this so that I can help you get the results you want and overcome that fear and procrastination, okay? I got about 10 more minutes before I go through this and really power home. So stay with me, guys. Is this beneficial? Is this resonating? Let me know. If it's resonating, I need some comments, some thumbs up. In Zoom, is this resonating with you guys? Let Shelly know. Okay, so paradigms, your paradigm, it controls your habitual behavior. It's your mental programming, and it controls your habitual behavior, and almost all your behavior is habitual. Now, paradigms control your habitual behavior, and almost all your behavior is habitual. In fact, 96 to 98% of your behavior is habitual and controlled by your paradigm. What does this mean? We are walking, talking habits. Can you see this? We are walking, we're hardly conscious, meaning we're hardly thinking. We are habitual creatures as human beings. Think about this. Think about your partner that you live with or your kids. They do the same thing every day when they wake up. And if you get in their way, it's not a great thing. We are the same. So what you are doing or not doing in your business is because of your paradigm. You are procrastinating because you are not programmed to do the work. It's not a habit for you to make those calls or to follow up. You guys see that? It's just not who you see yourself to be. So let's learn about this. 96 to 98% of our behavior is habitual and controlled by our paradigm. Therefore, the paradigm has almost exclusive control over our results. Wow, holy cow. So here I was thinking that if I just worked harder, I would get better results. If I just put in more hours, made more calls, I'd get better results. But here it is that it's actually my paradigm that's getting my results, my programming. So how do I get this programming, and how do I know what it is? Well, we've got two types of programming. We've got our genetic programming. This comes from our mom and dad. You know, this is why we look the way we look, right? Think back to biology. And then we have our environmental programming. Now, this is super important to understand. Your environmental programming is all of the things that happened to you, that were said around you, said to you, especially between the ages of 0 and about 7. Before that time, you did not have a conscious mind, so everything that was said went whoosh right into the subconscious mind, and it became your program. It became the thing that's now controlling your results as an adult. You will never outperform this program or this self-image. So think about this. Really think now. Wow. No wonder I think I have to work hard to make money, because my dad had 4 jobs growing up. So what did I do? I had 4 jobs before I went to university to pay for it. Wow. Money doesn't grow on trees, or money's the root of all evil. Write some of your beliefs in there that you would have got from your programming growing up from 0 to 7. Write them in the chat. Your income level, it's not set by you. You're not earning what you want to earn, you guys. You're earning what you know how to earn because of your programming. Wow. Have any of you on the call, can you relate to this? Do your results go up and down? One month you have an amazing month with sales, and the next month, boom, down. Can you relate to this? And then up again, and then down. This happens to people that win the lottery. They win all this money and then whoosh, 5 years later, they've lost it all. It's because of our program. We can't outperform this programming. Okay? So take a look. And this is just where it comes from. Really important. This just is where your programming comes from. Now, why do we need to understand this? Well, this is why we need to understand this. I love this because I want to show her, I want to show our kids, I want to show the people around me that dreams can come true. How do dreams come true? By changing your programming. Change the programming. Now that you are aware of your paradigm, it's your responsibility to change it. Who wants to know how to change your programming? Who wants to know? Has anyone on the call? I've got some people I recognize, some names both on Facebook and here on Zoom. Right? If you've changed your programming, if you've been working with me, Carrie, I see Carrie. What's your example on Facebook Live? I know you've changed your programming. I see Stine on the call. I see Heather. I see Kisma. How have you guys changed your programming? Let's get some real life examples of how you've changed your paradigm to get the results that you want. Let's give some people some examples here. For me, I changed my paradigm, and then what happened to me is I started recruiting 5 people a month in my network marketing company and earned the trips. It was amazing, amazing, all because I changed that programming. So let's take a look at how the mind works so you can understand how to change the programming. All right, so this diagram, for those of you on Facebook Live, Shelly posted the slides in the chat. For you on Zoom, look at this carefully. You can take a screenshot, but this is a really complicated diagram. It's called the stick person. It was created in 1934 by Dr. Thurman Fleet. And the reason why we go here is because you need to start seeing yourself as a stick person. Let this big circle represent your mind. Okay, it's not true. The mind has more than 2 parts, but really, for the purposes of this, for you to get your results, this is what we're saying is the mind. Also, why we created this picture is when, we started talking to clients, or Dr. Thurman Fleet was talking to patients back in the 30s, he recognized that we think in pictures and we didn't have a clear picture of the mind. When we said mind, people thought it was brain, but that's not true. Mind's actually movement, and it's in all parts of the body. Okay, mind is in all parts of the body. So for the purposes of this, you have 2 parts to your mind. You've got your conscious mind and a subconscious mind. The conscious mind's on top, and this is your educated mind. So those of you that went to university, all the books that you read, all of this knowledge goes into your conscious mind. This is your thinking mind. This is your knowing mind. This is mind can accept or reject ideas. Okay, it's there to protect you. Then on the bottom half, you have your subconscious mind. And your conscious mind you only get when you're about 7 or 8. So before that, you don't have it. You only have the subconscious. So your subconscious mind is your emotional mind. It's where your paradigm sits. So all those habits, that programming that you were given, your self-image, if you think you can or you can't, your belief system, money doesn't grow on trees, for example. This part of your mind actually controls your body. It controls your behavior. It controls what you do or don't do. It can only accept ideas. Everything it gets, it thinks is real. Now, this is huge for procrastination because you know what to do up here, don't you? But yet you're not doing it. You're procrastinating. It's because it's controlled by 2 parts of the mind. In your conscious mind, on a conscious level, you know what to do. But in your subconscious mind, where your paradigm is, it controls your actions and it doesn't allow you to do it. This is really important. So understand that your subconscious mind controls the body. Your body is an instrument of the mind. And when we then take action, the universe gives us an equal and opposite reaction, which gets our results. Okay? Really important. Now, this is also why some of the most educated people don't do or don't create great results. They don't know, they don't apply the knowledge. If they don't apply the knowledge, then the subconscious mind can't get the body to do it. Now let's take a look at this again, the stick person. The paradigm lives in your subconscious mind. So that thinking mind, you know what to do to take action, you know how to reach your goals, make those 5 calls a day, but your paradigm, your limiting belief, your programming stops you. You are not programmed to be the person to make the calls. This is huge. I want you to think about this. Think about how many people are in sales? If you're in sales, give me a thumbs up or write in the comment section, I'm in sales. Because you guys, this is why you're not good at sales. If you're not good at sales, this is why you're limiting yourself. Because how did your parents think about sales? What did they think about a salesperson? When you had the knock at the door, oh my gosh, hide. Don't answer the door. They're trying to sell us something. Think about this. That whatever happened to you or what was going around you with sales, or maybe your mom or dad was in sales as a kid and they weren't that successful, or they worked all the time, or they went up and down and they were really stressed. That is part of your paradigm now. So how you see yourself or how you perceive sales will stop you from making the sale. You know you have to ask your prospect to join your team or to buy your product or buy the house, but your paradigm doesn't let you. It won't. It doesn't let you. Sometimes if 2 to 4% of your behavior is conscious, right? So sometimes you can force yourself, you can force, but we're habitual beings. Think about this also with money. What did your parents say about money? Money doesn't grow on trees. Money's the root of all evil. Good girls don't talk about money. We don't talk about money. So all of a sudden on a conscious level, you make the goal, well, I want to make $1 million or 10,000 a month. And what does your paradigm say? Money's the root of all evil. And it's the paradigm that's controlling the action. You're not going to take the action to make the money. Or if you do, 1 month your sales go whoosh. The next month you'll sabotage yourself because it has to bring you back. This is law. This is science. Is this resonating? Is this helpful? Shelly, I'll get a time check when you can tell me here on Facebook Live. So I'm getting really into this. So if this is resonating and you want me to keep going, say, keep going, Danielle. Okay, keep going, because I want to know this is of value to you. So why are you procrastinating? Why are you procrastinating? What is your knowing doing gap? This is where you know what to do, but you're not doing it. You're stopped in your tracks. You procrastinate. And what happens to us when we procrastinate? We get hard on ourselves, don't we? We get hard on ourselves. But we're not programmed to take the action. Can you see it? So my knowing doing gap in my business in network marketing, 5 years ago when I first found out about this, was I knew I needed to make the outreach. Our rule was 3 outreaches a day. I knew I needed to do it, and I didn't do it. And by the end of the week, I'd be like, oh, here goes another week and I still didn't do it. Well, maybe today I can make up for it and do 15 outreaches. But I wouldn't. Or I'd go to pick up the phone. It felt like 1,000,000 pounds. And maybe I'd make 1 call, but I'd be so scared and I'd be in a crappy vibration because it was not in harmony. I wasn't who I was because of that damn sales paradigm. What are they going to think of me? I don't want to be salesy. Oh man. Right? That's why we have this knowing doing gap. That's why we procrastinate. Wow. If we only knew this, wouldn't we kind of go a little bit easier on ourselves and on your teams, on your colleagues? So identify what your knowing doing gap is, you guys. Can you relate? Like, we need to know what the gap is. This is a bit fuzzy, but I have got this amazing quote. It would be a shame if you didn't go ahead and do what you've always wanted to do just because you've never seen anyone else do it. It's a Boss Babe quote. Let that not be you. So why do you have fear? Let's take a look at fear. We looked at procrastination because you weren't programmed to do it because of your ideas around sales or relationships, whatever it is. This is the same for all areas of your life. But now let's look at fear. Why do we have fear? Why do we ask, how can I? You know, how do I ask, how can I? See, if I didn't think something was impossible and I started to focus on how I can do something, it kind of opens up some. But what happens is we go, oh, I don't know if I can do that. But what we want to do is we want to get asking ourselves, how can I do this? If I didn't think it was impossible, what action step could I take? I'm scared. I'm fearful. But what action could I take? Okay. Now let's go back to the stick person to understand fear. Well, remember I had you create that C-type goal. It's an idea out here, outside of the top of our conscious mind. And what happens is we bring it into our thinking mind. We bring that C-type goal here. But we have an A. Remember, there's an A-type goal too. And the A-type goal is our paradigm, actually. An A-type is what we're currently doing right now. Can you see that? Your A results is a result of your paradigm. It's a result of your thinking. So you've got this big C-type goal here, and you've got your A paradigm. Maybe your C-type goal is to earn $50,000 a month, but you're currently earning $50,000 a year. You can see that that's a pretty big goal. You're going to make that a big deal for you. So you've got this C-type goal, and you're going to bring it into your conscious mind right here. And what happens is as long as it's in your conscious mind, nothing's going to happen. It's just like a thought. Like, you know what, one day I'm going to own a boat. One day I'm going to own a plane. It's going to be this big goal, but it doesn't really matter because it's just in your conscious mind. It doesn't make your body act, right? Because it's not in your subconscious mind. But you've got your C-type goal, and what happens is we start to think about that goal and we get emotionally involved. Like I did when I took you through that visualization exercise. I got you emotionally involved with that goal. You guys, some of you had tears in your eyes, didn't you? And so what happens is that C-type goal went into your subconscious mind, and you got emotionally connected to what it would feel like to have that goal achieved. And that's how we bring it into our subconscious mind. And whatever you bring into your subconscious mind, you accept as real. That really happened. That's why we can draw it into us. Now, what happens, though, is that we screw it up. What screws it up? Our paradigm. Because we've got this, what happens, I'll show you on the next screen. You've got this A-type paradigm, and you bring the C-type goal here, and the A and the C are not a match. $50,000 current income and $50,000 a month. Oh, baby, those don't match. You don't deserve that. Who do you think you are? And what happens is in the subconscious mind, they are fighting. Like attracts like, and these are not in harmony, and they fight. And what happens in the body is the A-type paradigm and the C-type goal, they go head to head, and fear, doubt, and worry comes in. Fear, doubt, and worry. It occupies your mind, and you hit what's called the terror barrier. And anxiety shows up in the body. Can you relate? Have you felt this before? If you have, tell me, because I don't think I'm the only one. Fear, doubt, and worry, and you get anxiety. You go to take an action step towards your business, and you're like, oh, I don't think I can call her. I don't think I can talk in front of those people. I don't think I can ask them to join my business. Oh no, they would never buy a house from me. Fear, doubt, worry, and anxiety is on the body, and we are stopped. We are stopped. This is procrastination. This is what fear does. This is why it's the number one cause of failure, and that's why you're on this call and no more. Now we are stopped, and what most people do, you guys, is they let go of their C-type goal. Because fear, doubt, and worry and anxiety don't feel good in the body, do they? And what you do is you're like, oh, $50,000 a month, that's, you know what, $5,000 a month sounds good to me. Maybe 7. I'll go up a little bit this year, you know. I'll increase my sales by like 5%, maybe 10. That's better. So I let go of my C-type goal, what I really want, what I just said that I would sacrifice my life for. I let go of it and I settle. Why? Because I don't like the fear, doubt, and worry and anxiety feeling, because it doesn't feel good, and I let go and I settle. That's what 95% of the population's doing out there, you guys. But not in this program, not in what I coach. I don't let you settle. Instead, what we do is we teach you how to change that paradigm. So it's a C paradigm. So it's a match. It resonates with your goal. And you become a $50,000 a month girl or guy in your business. And so that C-type goal, it just becomes part of your reality. And you get a C-type, you rewrite that programming, you reprogram your mind, you rewrite that paradigm, and you don't get stopped. You break through that wall of fear. And on the other side is freedom. Freedom, your goal achieved. Isn't that what we're all after? And you get the opposite of anxiety. You get freedom, you get excitement. And now you know yourself to be someone that breaks through. Do not let the paradigm stop you. The reality is that if you don't understand what's happening in your body, you will get stopped. And that's why you're here. So we need to know how to really rewrite that paradigm. I'm going to bring you back to this quote because this is important. Because a lot of us take action, or we're told to feel the fear and do it anyway. Well, what happens is, I'm actually going to go back to this. What happens when we do that is when we are in fear and anxiety in a body, we're in a negative vibration. Would you agree? And we take action in that negative vibration. What's going to happen is we can only attract negative back to us. And then we get negative results. Have you ever been forced to make a call when you're scared out of your mind? What happens? That person might hang up on you, might be rude to you. Think about this. That's because the law of cause and effect, that's the law of attraction, the law of vibration at its finest. So why I share this quote, everything is energy, and that's all there is to it. It's important. Match the frequency of the reality you want, and you cannot help but get that reality. It can be no other way. This is not philosophy, it's physics. You guys, we have to raise our vibration. We need to change the programming so that it's the vibration. We see ourselves as our goal achieved, so that we stay in this high frequency, this high vibration. And that what happens then, all the resources, all the money, all the people, all your clients, they just come to you. They're attracted to you. Isn't that amazing? And then we go out and take action in this new vibration with this new paradigm and the law, and we're in a positive vibration, and we get positive results back. That's what this work does. It doesn't limit you. So you've got to change the paradigm. That paradigm is your self-image. You will not outperform it. You will not outperform it. Okay? And this is science. You guys, we prove this. If you do not change your self-image paradigms, your results will be temporary. That's why you go up and down. Thanks, Shelley. Are you ready? So how do we change them? There is only 2 ways to change your paradigm, you guys. The first is an emotional impact. We don't want this to happen. Negative thing happening to you, and in that moment, you will have a paradigm shift. What I want to show you is how to create a paradigm shift because you created it. So there's lots of people on this call that have created that paradigm shift, and what I'm going to tell you is not logical. What I've coached them to do is not logical. And because it's not logical, a lot of people won't do it, okay? But reprogramming your mind is very specific, and it's a scientific process. It's the repetition of thoughts. The repetition of thoughts is how your programming was created, and that's how you have to be reprogrammed, okay? Now, the paradigm is a tricky thing. So what does this mean? Well, success leaves clues, and I acknowledge it's 9, so I'm going to wrap. Success leaves clues. Once you change your paradigm and you learn how to change your paradigm to see yourself as the person that you want to be, remarkable things happen with speed, with velocity. When you change your programming through repetition of thoughts, I'm going to give you some very practical action steps. You will promote in your business. I promise you, just like I did. You will start attracting the clients that you want. You will start being the person that you want to be. You will not be stopped by fear. Instead, what's the opposite? You will take action quickly. You will take action because you've reprogrammed your mind to know yourself, to be the person that takes action. Does this resonate? Success leaves clues. Find and only follow someone that has proven success. So I want to share a few success stories with you. This is me on the right. I really wanted to go to a photo shoot. I really wanted to be a fitness model, and I'm on my way there. But anyway, I did a photo shoot. This is me before, 4 months difference at my photo shoot, the before and after on the right. Shelly will share these pictures in Facebook. I've got Christy on the top. She's on the line, actually, in network marketing. Use these principles to promote in her company. I've got Monica on the left, who wrote a book from start to finish in 6 months. She was a hairstylist, you guys, and she changed her paradigm to know herself as an author, an actual best-selling author in 6 months. My husband, he is an actor, created his role from Assassin's Creed. He had never done a video game before, and it was in his paradigm that he was a TV and film actor, not a video game. Like that, who was he? That was for motion capture people. Well, he attracted that role by using these exact same principles. Success leaves clues. There are 4 pillars to success. You must have a mentor. And don't follow just anyone, you guys. Make sure that your mentor has proven success, has followed the system that they're teaching you. Important. And not to say because there's a ton of coaches out there, and it doesn't matter. You know, if you resonate with me, I can help you. Let me know. Write in the comments so Shelly knows that this resonates. What I'm saying there, and if you're a coach watching this and you don't have success yet, it doesn't mean that you don't need to be a coach. Be a coach. Go use your system to find your own results and money results. You guys, money is how we track our mind. We can track it to the penny. Accountability. You must have accountability. Accountability is your success against failure. That paradigm is strong. It will stop you. It will fear. You saw what happens when we pull that goal into our mind. So we have to rewrite that programming. So be accountable. Your mindset is key. You must learn to reprogram your mind, and then you must take action. A Harvard study says that 3% of people will achieve success on their own. 3% will do this on their own. 97% will achieve 92% of their goal with their help of a mentor or a circle of influence. Now, whether you choose for us to be or me to be your mentor or not, I've got a free circle of influence for you to join. It's called Master Your Mindset. Many of you may already be in there. It's a Facebook group. Shelly will post the link in the Zoom call for you guys to join. I post videos in there all the time. You can watch the recording of this one. But know that you need some help, okay? Know that you need some help. So what can you do now? Well, the first thing you need to do is what I asked you to do in the beginning, and draw that line in the sand and make a decision right now to begin to live the life that you want to live. Okay, is this resonating? Make a decision. Now, there's a difference between decision. When you make a decision, there's a difference between interest and commitment. When you're interested in something, you do it only when it's convenient. When you're committed to something, you accept no excuses, only results. Okay? You do not allow fear to stop you. You understand why fear is there, and you tell yourself you're excited, and you reprogram your mind so that that fear is no longer part of who you're programmed to be. And when you're stopped by procrastination, you understand the mind, you ask for help from your mentor and your accountability partner, and you let us help you, and you don't accept an excuse, and instead you learn to reprogram your mind. Now, what are some daily strategies to do this? You must study. You guys, you must study the mind. You must do personal development. I'm studying thinking into results. And if you're studying thinking into results with any of these people on the call, maybe you can say, I'm studying currently, and maybe give a few things that you've noticed from studying. Thinking into results is the course that I used when I was first introduced to this, when I was frustrated and I wasn't promoting in my network marketing business, and I was procrastinating and stopped by fear, and I thought it was me. I thought I just needed to try harder and work around the clock. I was working a full-time job, you know, and I didn't know what was wrong. And that was the course that I jumped into. So you must study. And if this resonates, stay on. I'm going to answer questions for those that are interested to hearing more about thinking to results. The next thing is you must find a mentor with proven results. And proven results in mindset, you guys, in mindset. Okay? Because if one person has proven results, for example, in their network marketing company, they may have a different paradigm with you than you. That money does grow on trees, or that, you know, that they can have success. So be mindful of that. Okay? Because there's some great systems out there, but you need to understand how to reprogram the mind. Affirmations. Use affirmations and auto suggestions to reprogram your mind. I am statements. I love money. Money loves me. Money comes easily to me. One of mine was QV. I would say QV sales and qualified leads come easily to me. Every day I attract new clients and new business partners. That's what I used. Okay, affirmations, do them daily. Write them out 100 times in the morning and 100 times at night. Now, this is the illogical part. Most people won't do this, but you want to do it, okay? It's not logical. I get it. The next thing is visualize. Do what I have just showed you to do, and visualize every morning and every night with your goal achieved. And then accountability. I have a habit tracker that you can download from my Instagram. So there it is, my Instagram account. You guys, it's free. It's awesome. I really love it because you want to just check what you're doing each day. And that's where you get it, from that Instagram account. There's a link there. Is this resonating with you? Let me know. Please write in the chat if it's resonating. And if it is, I'd love to help you. So you can stay on, and I'm going to share with you more about thinking into results right now. And if you feel like you've got enough and you've got some tools to go forward, download that habit tracker, join the Facebook group, and I'd love to stay in touch. Okay, so you make that decision. If you want to stay on, and if you are on Facebook Live, come on over to Zoom. I've got some people that are actually studying with us now. Come on over and let's share some stories, and let's help these people that, you know, this is resonating with, and that you're really ready to make a change. Okay? So give me a thumbs up if you're coming over. I'll give you a few minutes. And if you're on Zoom with me right now, I'd like you to put some questions or comments or yeah buts in the Zoom chat. Anyone hearing this for the first time that you're like, yeah, but it can't be this easy. Or yeah, but I get the thoughts that become things, but I don't know. I don't know if I can do this. Let me know. And we're going to invite you on. So looks like people are staying on. I'm going to take about 10 minutes to go through. I want to thank everyone for joining. Really, really great. Please go back to the person that invited you if you're not staying on, because this, I hope you found value. Please let them know and give them feedback. Okay. Great. So we're going to end the Facebook Live. Thank you guys for joining. You are awesome. We'll see you on Zoom. Okay, so those of you that stayed on, thank you. All right, cool. So I'm going to share, I'd love to hear from you guys, some of you that are on. Does anyone have any questions about that material? Anyone that's on that's maybe new that I can help clarify? Just check in. On a scale of 1 to 10, maybe write in the chat, how committed are you to changing your goal? Because that's really the first thing. No one can make that decision for you, and it's really okay where you are on that scale, but it's something that, you want to acknowledge in yourself. Does that make sense, guys? Everyone that's on, I can see some nods, yeah? Okay, good. All right. Everyone's nodding. Anyone? Scale of 1 to 10? Good. Resonating. Heather, can you see if people have any questions? Not right now. Okay. You guys can hear me though, right? Okay, great. Anyone have any questions? Okay, good. Well, I'm going to share with you the program that that can help you if you're serious, okay? And this isn't for everyone. That's why, I wanted to give people tools to get over their fear and understand what's going on so that they can make the best year. Now, the reality is that paradigms are strong. And I heard Bob's tell me once that, do you want to go out on your own? Or he asked me, do you want to go out on your own and chance it? Or do you want a proven success system? 100% of the time, we know that this changes paradigms. So thank you for staying on. I wanted to share my success story. So with this program, I was first introduced to it in network marketing. I was doing okay. I had my corporate job, so I was working it around my job, and I had that time, like not enough time idea. And I was, really hustling though. No kidding. I was out for my family probably 3 days a week. And I promoted to the first level, was in qualification for the second level of my company, and had earned nice things, like bags and stuff. But then I decided that I had enough of my corporate job and I was going to jump into my network marketing company. And what happened was I fell flat on my face. My results went up a little bit and then back down. And I was doing this yo-yo. And it was my mom who actually took me to a Bob Proctor seminar. And he told me about that knowing doing gap. Who knows what to do, but they're not doing it. And I had to admit that crap, like they tell me to talk to 30 people in a month and I'm not doing it. Or they tell us that we need to do so many events or presentations in a month and I'm not doing it. No wonder I'm not there. And I just thought if I did more, I would, or if I tried harder, I'd get success. And so when I went, I just had this pull. It was resonating with me that what he was saying was truth. I knew that if I changed my mindset, that I could actually get results and I didn't need to work any harder. Okay, that was a paradigm. So fast forward, I jumped into this course. I'm going to tell you about it, 6 months. And I, at that time, just quit my corporate job, 6-figure corporate job, and was making about $2,500 a month in my network marketing company. So, okay, like pretty good. And my husband thought I was crazy because, I didn't have the money to pay for the course. But I knew I needed it. I knew I wasn't willing to let another year go by. It had already been 2.5 years without me having success. So what happened? I wrote on my goal card that I wanted to be a public speaker and train for my company. Within 3 weeks, I got a call from my company. I was training on the Canadian Managers Call. After that, just a couple months later, it was our Canadian conference, and I became the number 3 sponsor in my management level in all of Canada. And I turned my yearly sponsoring into my monthly, not by mistake. From there, by the time December hit, and it was my last month in this course, my income for that December was $7,800. And I tripled my income in network marketing. And I did this through this course. And from there, I knew that I had to share this with other people. I became so passionate about it because I was suffering. And that's my thinking and results story the first time I went through. And then I went back and became a consultant, and now I work directly with Bob. And a year ago, I decided that I wanted to be one of his top consultants, that I wanted to be in his inner circle. And when I made that decision, I put myself through the course again. And now I've been through it 3 times over the last year, and I am like itsy bitsy away. We've got a couple days left in January from turning my past corporate income into my monthly income. 6 figures. No word of a lie. And I'd say that not to impress you, but to show you that you can do this, that success is a system. And I was number 2. I'm number 2 right now in the company. So it's really cool because it's a system. It's not magic. It's not math. You guys, it's a system. So that's why I ask you if you're committed. When you make a decision, you only ask, do I want it? So do you want those kind of results for you? Let me tell you about thinking of results. If you do, let me know, because I'm checking. I can see the comments now. So let me know in the comments if you want those kind of results. You know, it's important for me to understand where you're at. So thinking of results. Thinking of results is a one-of-a-kind program. It is like a university course. I was told to think of it that way, and I did. I took it very seriously. 57 years of Bob Proctor's research on the science and mechanics of personal achievements. And he's worked with the best. And he really understands what makes people successful, why some of us do what we do, and why we don't do the things that we would like to do. Just like I taught you. And he understands how to change the programming. Why? Because he's been studying it for this long. Thinking of Results is a program that you actually get for life. It's 6 months the first time you go through it, and after that you can go through it for 3 months at a time, like many people on the call actually, and your results just keep multiplying, and it affects all areas of your life. It's effective because it gives you an immediate impact. You heard my story 3 weeks in and I saw a result. There's Anna, I don't know if she's on this call now, but she had massive results in real estate after her first few weeks in the program. I have actress maybe is on the call, Jen, you know, really amazing auditions coming through and landed her first gig since 2016 in TV and film. That was just after a couple weeks in this program, because what happens when we change our programming, we attract different things to us. We raise our frequency, and now we're on the frequency of our goal achieved. We've got strategic repetition, and this is why we get to our goal. So the investment of this program is $6,800. It's $18 a day for the next year. That's your investment. You have it for life. And what this investment gets you is you have a roadmap to success, a proven strategy. It allows you to multiply your results and therefore your income. So I asked you, you know, if you're committed, and this is why, you'll get a toolbox for your life. Now, $6,800, what happens for a lot of people? Well, I mean, if you break it down, $18 a day, that might seem okay for you. It depends where your paradigm is. The truth is, we're spending $18 a day on something. Are you betting on yourself, or are you betting on Starbucks, you know, or a sandwich or whatever? You have the program for life. So, I mean, even if you divide this up for the next 2 years, it'd look a little different, right? But what I want you to know is that it's proven. And we're going to go through some objections and some questions in a moment. But see where this sits, because that's going to tell you where your paradigm is even with money. And most people hit that terror barrier when they hear the price. Some don't at all. But I thought I would address some of the common things that I hear, because we all hit them. Let me tell you, I just quit my corporate job. So what are some of the things that are going on in your mind that you might have? Write them in the chat. And I'm going to ask some of the clients that are on, or some of the people on, if they hit them and if they can find, because I don't think any of us had the money sitting around to invest in ourselves, but we took a leap of faith. So one of the first objections that we get is that I don't have enough time. We ask you to devote 30 to 60 minutes of your time to study yourself. 30 to 60 minutes to changing your programming. Why? Because that paradigm is strong, and it took you, I'm 42, so it took me 42 years to get there. It's going to take some time daily, every single day. And we help you build that in. So not enough time, that's a pretty easy one for me to help you in, okay? I have learned, and I teach people how to block their time, how to really look at where they're spending their time, because time and your use of time and your effectiveness is controlled by your paradigm. So right now you're limited by your perception, and we'll show you how that you can change that limit. And when you become more effective in one area, you become more effective in all areas. And when you eliminate your worry and your fear, and your worry about money, think about how much time you will actually have when you learn to live in harmony with the laws, and things just start coming easily to you. You guys understand that? Is that resonating? Yeah? So when we eliminate those worries, we have more time and we become more effective. So I find that I actually work less and earn more, because I've changed my paradigm to accept that idea. Okay? Now the other one is not enough money. If this is a not enough money one, I can relate. I had never invested that much in myself ever. And what I've learned to be true is that actually investing in me is the best investment I can make. I had no idea where this money was going to come from. I actually had to put it on credit cards and lines of credits, like I'm using multiples for a reason. Because I had the pull, I knew that I needed to change my paradigm, because I knew that I was frustrated. So if you have the money one, I want you to ask yourself, what $18 a day for a year, because you're going to spend it on something. Imagine if you spent it on something that was guaranteed your success. What does life look like if, no kidding, you followed this proven system and you were coached by me and Bob Proctor through the videos, through the online university type course to get the results? What does life look like 12 months from now? Go there for a moment. Know that you have gotten over that paradigm of procrastination and you're taking action quickly, and you've closed that knowing doing gap. Know that you're attracting the right clients to you, the ones that you love, and business partners. Know that you're in a like-minded community of over 70 people who are all studying this at the same time and support you. And think big, just like you do. What does life look like? Wow. Go there in your mind for a moment. Really, just take a moment and write about it if you need to. What does my life look like 12 months from now, when I've given this proven success system that Einstein knew about, that Henry Ford knew about, Earl Nightingale, some of the greatest thinkers understood that thoughts become things. What does my life look like 12 months from now? Holy crap. When I got present to that and I allowed my mind to go there, $18 a day seemed like a joke. And that's what it became for me. So the money one, if you can stay open and if this resonates, all you need to ask yourself is, do I want it? So if that vision to your life 12 months from now really resonates with you, like if you want that life, but you still don't know the how, I can help you. Okay, I can help you if you have a desire and you want it and you're willing to get over the paradigm, because the not enough not time money and the not enough money paradigm stopping you in a whole other ways and a whole other lot of areas in your life. Can you see that? It's actually stopping you from attracting the business partners that you want and from doing the business that you know you want to do. So if this is resonating, stay open. Let me know. Let Shelly know, because we've got a link that you can fill out. And when you fill it out, you don't need to know the how, and it's going to be scary. Let me tell you, I can relate. You'll probably hit the terror barrier. And if you don't, I kind of worry, because it means that you're not emotionally involved with where you're going. But you can fill out the link and I'll give you a call and I'll help you walk you through your paradigms, and we'll see if it's a good fit. And we won't know until you do that, really, you know? You got to be willing to do what it takes. So fill out the link that Shelly's going to answer, and there's payment plans that are on there too. And by filling out the link, you're not committed to anything. You know, there's no money. We don't collect anything. It's just for me to know who's resonating. And I want you to ask yourself 3 questions. What does life look like from now, 12 months from now, when I've jumped in and I've been coachable and I followed this system? Number 2, based on that vision, is it wise for me to jump in? And number 3, what is the impact if I wait? And you'll know if this is for you and if I can help you. And if I can and it's resonating, I'd love to work with you. And I want to say thank you for joining this call, and thanks for staying on. I got really passionate clearly tonight. And I'd love to open up for questions. So does anyone have questions on the call, or would anyone that's currently studying like to share a story or help me answer any of the questions that we do have? I'm just looking for the questions, and I might need Shelly to unmute herself to read them, because they're kind of, I can't see. Oh, they're there. I see them now. All right. These are intense questions, Heather says. They are, right? Anyone have any questions about the program? Did this resonate? Was this helpful for you guys tonight? Yeah. Are you too afraid to ask questions? Don't hit the terror barrier now. I can help you. Anyone brave enough? Helpful. Katrina. Thanks, Katrina. Awesome. Good. Anyone else? Anyone like to, what was your favorite self-image? Admiration. Inspiring, says Brett. Awesome. Affirmation. What's my favorite self-image affirmation? Well, it depends, like really in my time in my life. I love money, money loves me, money flows easily to me, because I really believe that our money paradigm's in that self-image. The other one is, wow, mine's about my fitness model, to be honest. So, you know, my body, so I'm a fitness model. I am my perfect size. I love the way clothes look on me. And I'm confident and happy. Another one I say. Yeah, great, Shelly. That's great. You can direct message me too. Good question. Great question. Wow. Thanks, guys. Thank you for staying on. 9:30. Your commitment to you and your goals is awesome. Anything else? Anything else before we wrap? I love it. I'm here to help in whatever way. So please reach out. Great. Okay. Anyone that's doing the program have anything to share? You guys shy too? It's now late, isn't it? Heather.
I can say quick something.
I can't hear you. Can you guys hear her?
Can you hear me?
No.
Aw.
Oh, you can hear her. Katrina, you can hear? Joanne can hear. So it's just me. Okay, Heather, go ahead.
You don't need to hear me. You know. So
Weird.
I started studying this program in December 2017, and it was absolutely incredible. I'm going through it for my third time. And Shelly Brooke is my sister. And
Not sure why that is, Heather. Sorry.
I'm so grateful for Danielle. My life is unrecognizable. And she did tell me that, 12 months from now that I need a telescope to look back, and, you just have to put the blinders on it and stick in the belief and the faith that it's going to happen, because it does. And I'm so excited for where my life is going now, because I actually get to spend my days doing more of what I want. And actually chasing the big, hairy, audacious goals that scare us, and that actually now excite me versus scare me. And big, big goals, and really excited to accomplish them. And so, thank you so much, Danielle.
Give me a thumbs up if you're finished. Awesome. I'm going to listen to the recording to hear what you said. Love you, Heather. Thank you for sharing. Okay, thank you, guys. I won't keep you any longer. I know it's late, and I'm so grateful that you committed to staying on for yourself to find out more. I can't wait to hear from you. And I wish you good night, and please expect abundance. This is just the beginning. You resonated with this for a reason. Thank you to my team. Thanks to all the clients for sharing their stories, and we'll talk soon. Good night.